Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 17 of my Billionaire Minecraft series where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack and modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to be upgrading my ME system at my new base, so let's get started. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make a machine called the MEIO port. So let's take a look at what that entails. And the crafting recipe is like so. It's pretty simple, just some glass up here, and then ME drives and a logic processor. I have all of that ready, so let's grab that. And then I also want to grab 3 of these acceleration cards, and these cards are somewhat easy for me to make at this point. Just some calculation processors, diamonds, stuff like that. So like I said, I want 3 of these, so let's make 4 of these basic cards. And then I should be able to make 3 of these acceleration cards. And basically the acceleration cards will just allow this MEIO port to operate faster. So the next thing I want to do is let's go ahead and throw the stone into this ME system. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab these storage cells that have items in them. And I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to take them to my new base. So let's go ahead and go there now. So this is still dialed to the new receiver. So I have done a few things around here. Basically, I built a shell of a building. Right now, there's not a whole lot in the inside. In fact, there's just a dugout basement. And like I said, the shell of a building. I've also moved my elevator location to be in the middle here. And here is my base as I left it beforehand, or mostly. Other than the new addition of the shell of a building and the longer tunnels here. But this is my ME system, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a bunch of these blank ME drives. So none of them have anything in them except for the 64K storage cell that was already in this ME drive. So let's go ahead and fill this up. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this MEIO port to the ME system by simply placing it up against the ME controller. The next thing is I do want to place in these acceleration cards, and I just do shift clicking right there to place them over here. And what this will allow, or what this machine will do, is it will pull items out of these storage cells and put them into these storage cells which are connected to the system. And that's exactly what I want to do. So let's just throw these in here. And it does operate somewhat quickly now that it has these acceleration cards. I do need to pull these out. So let me see here. I think that's all of them emptied now. And so all of my items that were in the other ME system are now in this ME system in these storage cells right here. So now I have access to all of that stuff. So what I want to do right now is I actually want to replace this terminal with a crafting terminal, just very temporarily here. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I do need to place this flux back. And now I can place the crafting terminal because I do want to upgrade the terminals here. And I do want to also move the ME drive and the terminal as well. So let's grab a crafting terminal first off. And I will need this terminal right here. I should have everything that I need except for, I guess, a crafting table. That's not a problem. So there is a crafting terminal, and I need that because I actually want to upgrade it yet further. So let's grab I think it's called a pattern terminal. And this will allow me to automate things, hopefully later on in this episode. So the pattern terminal is just a crafting terminal with an engineering processor. And there we go now. So I also want to make an interface terminal. I think that's what it's called. So let's take a look at that. If I can type. I can't type right now. So the interface terminal is something that I can't really use yet, but I should be able to use by the end of this episode. So I need an ME interface, which I don't have quite everything I need. There we go with that. And I should have made more of those because I'm going to need a few more of those later on in the episode. So let's go ahead and make the interface terminal. There we go. And let's go ahead and move this once I grab some of the things that I need out of it. So right now I want to make some covered cable. And covered cable is nice because it just looks a little bit nicer than the bare flux cable. So to make covered cable, I just need wool and flux. So let's grab some of that. And I actually meant to only grab 1 stack, but I grabbed 2. That's okay. And then I actually want to change the color of this. So I think I'm going to change this to blue. I have lots of lapis, which turns into blue dye. So let's see if I have any of that available. I don't, but I can make some without a crafting table. I can do that right here. So blue dye, if I do this recipe right here, just some ME covered cable surrounded by a dye, it makes a covered cable of that color. So let's grab some of that. And then in addition, I also want to grab some smart cable. And I should only need 1, but I'm actually going to make 8. So to make the blue smart cable, I actually need to have 8 of the fluke smart cable. And the smart cable is just made pretty simply with covered cable, glowstone, and redstone. So let's make 8 of these, and then we can make 8 of the blue smart cable. And what the smart cable does is it shows you how many channels are being used off of a strand of Fluke's cable. And that is pretty useful. So what I'm going to do is now I think I'm going to pick this up because I don't need it right now. I'm going to store that in the ME system. So this and the acceleration cards can go in there. And then I do want to move this ME drive and the terminals here to a new location up there. So right now, let's actually just grab a chest to put some stuff in. Some stuff that I don't need to be moved right now. So let's do all these storage cells. And I think that's good enough because once I pick this up, I will have 10 storage cells that I need to move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the ME terminal up here. And this is going to be kind of like my main building at my base. It's definitely not going to be the biggest building here, but it's going to be the building that I essentially use as my home. So let's go ahead and use the blue cover cable now, and let's put this on top of the ME drive. And next I'm going to put the pattern terminal right here, and then I'm going to place the interface terminal right here. So like I said, I can't use those quite, or I can't effectively use those quite yet, but by the end of the episode, hopefully I will be able to use them both effectively. So the pattern terminal actually can act pretty much like the crafting terminal, as well as being able to set patterns. I do need to hurry up or I do need to connect this to the ME system. So all I need to do is, for right now, I can just do something like this. I will probably reroute this in the future, but as you can see, it is using 3 channels here. One by the ME drive, one by the pattern terminal, and then the one by the interface terminal. So the next thing I want to do is I want to build walls and a floor for this basement. So let's grab some stone. And I do need plenty of stone, but I should have plenty. So let's grab all of that. Let's get rid of this Fluke's cable as well as this crafting terminal. I don't need that. And then let's start, let's grab our wand, our builder's wand, our construction wand. This is a very useful tool. And let's start using that. So right now, if we use the scroll wheel while holding shift, it changes the restriction here. I do want it to be set to left to right so that I can build the floor up here. So let's do that real quickly. And basically we'll have a floor for the building. So actually I want to fly up here, and then we can complete the floor up here. And we can do the rest of the stone once we set up some elevators. So I do want to set up some elevators so that I can go up and down from the basement to here. And I'm actually going to put a couple on the roof as well. So let's put elevators there, and then over here in this corner as well. So let's actually drop down before we place this particular elevator. And I do want another elevator right here. And then one over here as well. So that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and chow down real fast. And then now I want to build some walls down here. So let's do that. I'm going to take my builder's wand, and I'm going to once again use the shift button. And now I'm doing the up and down restriction. So now let's build these walls out. Basically, we're going to make a room down here. I don't want it to over exceed. So basically I need to come to here. And then I need to do this, and now we can take this on around. The elevator should be in that corner, and this elevator over here will be in this corner of the room. So now this looks a little bit better. Let's go ahead and throw some torches up here just to keep the monsters out. And this building isn't very big, but that's perfectly fine. I don't need it to be real big. I just need it to serve a few functions. So let's go ahead and set up a few more. There we go. And this chest can stay here for now. In the future, I will probably build some facades to make this look nice and neat, but for right now, I'm not too worried about it. It can stay that way. I also need to throw some torches up here, so now mobs can spawn up here in the main room. So let's do that, and then I want to grab a bed, and this is going to be basically my bedroom or my main base. So let's just set up the bed right here. That'll work for now. I might move my bed in the future. Depends on how I feel. So the next thing I want to do is I want to set up just a little bit of auto crafting today here at my main base with my ME system. So let's go ahead and do that. So first off, I need to make a few things. So let's go ahead and make 4 ME interfaces. So like I said earlier, actually... Wait, can I not do this anymore? Do I need a crafting terminal? Okay, no, I should be able to. Maybe I can't. Okay, so that's weird. So I can't... Okay, so like I can't click on things from the JEI in this terminal. So I probably do need to grab my crafting terminal. So they definitely changed that. And that's kind of unfortunate because that was... a useful feature. I can just put the crafting terminal over here for right now. So let's grab some ME interfaces, and we do need to make some of these cores. I should have plenty of the things that I need. So let's go ahead and make 32 of each of these. I believe I have lots of fluix dust, so I'm not too concerned about that. And I have lots and lots of processors as well as nether quartz. So I'm not too concerned about running out of that stuff. So let's make 4 ME interfaces for right now. So there's 4 ME interfaces, and now I need some machines called molecular assemblers. So let's grab those. Looks like I need some crafting tables. So let's build some crafting tables, and there's 5 crafting tables. And now I should have everything I need to make 5 molecular assemblers. So the most basic setup that and I'll probably start out with the most basic setup that I could do as far as the molecular assemblers and ME interfaces go. But let's move on to the next thing here. I need crafting storage. So if I go ahead and set these up, and I can do that real fast. I also probably need some cable. So let's grab the covered cable as well. So let's come down here. Right now it should be using 4 channels, and it is coming out of the ME controller there. Let's go ahead and hook up a super basic system here. So 1 molecular assembler with 1 ME interface. So that is active, and the ME interface uses a channel, but the molecular assemblers don't. And that is because the ME system cannot directly access the molecular assemblers. Only through ME interfaces can they access molecular assemblers. So now that this is set up, basically I need to make some blank patterns. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know how many of these I should make. Let's just shift click. So I made 10. That's going to be a decent amount. So what we do is we put these blank patterns in right here. And they seriously did... Oh, man. That kind of stinks that they did this to where you can't click on things. Because normally it would work just like the terminal did here, and you could do this. But for whatever reason, I can't do that now over here. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am, but I very well could be. They might have changed something. Yeah, that's all the settings I like, I think. So I'm probably gonna have to do things manually, which kind of stinks. So let's automate something real fast, something pretty simple. So let's do torches. And I can't even... Okay, that's going to slow things down considerably. So let's get coal when I go to automate, you know, more complicated things. So let's grab some sticks and let's set that pattern. And we set the pattern by hitting this button right here. And that is a set pattern. And what we do with the set pattern is we put it into an ME interface, which is next to a molecular assembler. So that's cool. And then we can come back up here to our ME system and we can tell it to, okay, I want to make some torches. But right now I can't do that. Let's just tell it to make 2. So it says no crafting CPUs are available. And what it means by crafting CPUs are I need some crafting storage. So let's look that up. So there are different variants dependent upon how much, basically how big the storage component is. And obviously the bigger the better as far as more complicated crafts. But for simple things like this, I could use a 1K crafting storage. I am going to build a 64K today because I am going to do some rather advanced auto crafting in the future. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's make some 4K storage. Actually, I need some quartz glass. And let's just make a stack of that for right now. That'll be more than enough for today. So if I remember right, I need 27 of these 1K storage components, which I probably have already. Yeah, I do. Let's go ahead and do the 4K storage components. And I think I need 9 of these. So let's make 9 of these. And then I can make 3 of the 16K storage components. And then I can make 1 of the 64K storage components. And then if I right click on this, I can get the recipe for this right here. But I need to make a crafting unit first, which is made like this. And then I should be able to combine those two and make a crafting storage. So let's run down here, and this doesn't need to be connected to this, so we can kind of put this anywhere. And for right now, I'm just going to place it right here. And that device is online. It does use a channel. As we can see, I'm now using 6 channels, but I should be able to automatically make torches. So I can actually use this terminal as well, but I can only use the pattern terminal to actually make the or set the patterns. Okay, so let's tell this to make some torches. And there we go. It made some torches, so that's cool. Obviously, if I were to do this seriously, I would need to automate like the production of sticks beforehand. And actually, let's do that as well. So let's grab, I really only have oak. So let's make sticks in a recipe like this. Normally you'd make planks and then sticks, but this recipe is actually a little more efficient as far as auto crafting goes. So let's just use this. And let's throw this recipe in here. And let's tell my system to make some more torches. So if we do this, it doesn't have enough oak logs to do 100 because I hardly have any oak logs whatsoever. But it does have enough to make 44 torches. So if we hit start and then we hit this up here, it basically shows us at what stage the craft is at. And there we go. Everything's done. Let's grab the torches or a stack of torches. And so the next thing I actually want to do is I want to make this a little bit better and more complicated. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to grab these patterns back out and I'm going to move both of these right here. And what I traditionally do is I make a little system, and let me find where I want to start this. So maybe right here, I think, is where I'm going to start this. So I actually set a pattern. Whoops, I did not mean to throw those on the ground. To where I do something like this. And what this does is it gives every single ME interface access to 3 different molecular assemblers, which just makes the auto crafting process faster. And it's really neat. So like I can put the sticks in here, and then I can put the torch pattern down here. And basically, if I told it to make like say 1,000 torches, if I had, you know, the oak to do that, it would go a lot faster because down up here it could be working on the sticks in these 3 or these 3 molecular assemblers, and then it could also be working on the torches down here. That is if I had some crafting coprocessors. So right now, as is, this crafting storage is actually, these are actually multi-block structures. They have to be in regular shapes, so they can't be in a shape kind of like I have my ME controller over there, to where it's kind of a cuboid, the outline of like a cuboid or a cube. But it has to be like a regular shape, like a rectangle or a cube. It can't be like well, it could be a line as long as it's just completely linear and didn't have any like strays. And I can show you what I mean. So let's make some crafting coprocessors, might as well. So they should be pretty easy to make. I just need some crafting units and engineering processors. I have plenty of those. So let's make, say, 5 of these, and then let's go ahead and make 5 of these. And now I can show you what I mean by like a regular shape. So as you can see, if I do something like this, the color is this lighter gray when it is not a completed structure. And to make a completed crafting processor, you do need to have at least 1 crafting storage. So if I were to do this, that would become a complete structure. However, if I do that, it's not a regular shape, and so that is not a valid structure. However, if I go ahead and remove these and move them to be, say, here and here, that is now a regular shape again, and that is a valid structure. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to leave this kind of as a linear shape, just so it's not in the way so much. And I do need to connect this up to the ME system because right now it's not connected. So if I do something like this, it actually doesn't work perfectly because I only had a couple extra channels, I think. It was either 2 or 3 extra channels, and this whole structure requires 4 extra channels. And I can tell that not all of that is hooked up because if I come up here to the interface terminal, what this interface terminal does is it shows me all of my ME interfaces throughout my ME system. And right now it's only connected up to 3 of the ME interfaces. And I know I have 4 down there. So one of them does not have a channel. So what I need to do is I need to make some dense cable. So let's see if I can't do that right now. So the dense covered cable, and I can't do that at the pattern terminal anymore. I have to come over here, and I want the Fluix dense cable. The dense cable is really easy to make, so it's just 4 of the regular covered cable, and I do need a few of these. Let's make 8, because I do want to turn them blue. So let's grab the blue. And I also want to make a dense smart cable. So let's look up that real quick. So dense ME smart cable. So first off, I need to make 8 more of these. And then I need to make that into smart cable. And I think that's just redstone and glowstone again. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. Okay. And then there's 8 of that. And then I want to turn this blue as well. So I think the recipe should still be the same here. Yep. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to replace this cabling, or these 2 cables right here, with dense cables. So first off, let's start with the this one. And then we'll go to a non-smart variety, because we basically only need this one to be smart. And as we see in the upper center portion of the screen, it says 9 of 32 channels, and that means everything should be hooked up that can be hooked up currently. So if I go to this interface terminal now, we see that there are 4 molecular assemblers attached to the ME system through those ME interfaces. So basically this is showing the machines next to the ME interfaces, and those are molecular assemblers. So that is cool. And I think that is a good wrapping up point for today's episode. So I can do quite a bit more complicated things with my auto crafting here now that I have that set up than just torches and sticks. And I will definitely be diving into that in the very near future. But it is nice to have pretty much all of my stuff at this new ME system because I am going to be building out this area in the next few episodes, so stay tuned for that. So in today's episode, I just upgraded my ME system here. Basically, I made it able to autocraft things, and I moved all my items into this ME system now, and I moved all of the items into the 64K storage cells rather than the 1K, 4K, and 16K storage cells that I had beforehand. So basically, these storage cells can just hold a lot more stuff. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know in the comments down below as I try to read all the comments. If you enjoy large scale automation in modern Minecraft, definitely stay tuned to this series and definitely consider subscribing to my channel, as that's typically what I do. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.